Life has seasons of profound stillness, moments when everything seems to pause and silence fills the air. This quiet can feel unsettling, as if nothing is happening and you're left behind. But stillness isn't emptiness. It's a sacred space for transformation, where your roots grow deeper and your future self is quietly nurtured. In a world obsessed with noise and speed, true strength is found in patience and the wisdom to embrace the quiet. Here, you can finally hear your own thoughts, separate from the world's demands, and rediscover who you are. So pause, breathe, and trust that within this silence, your life is unfolding in powerful, unseen ways. The Stoics knew that real strength is cultivated in the quiet, not in chaos. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it." In stillness, your thoughts shape whether you see waiting as emptiness or as fertile ground for growth. This is the time to tend your inner garden, to build resilience and align with your true self. There may be no applause for this silent work, but it's the foundation for everything to come. Embrace this sacred pause. It's not empty, but filled with potential and quiet power. True growth often begins in darkness, like a seed buried deep in the earth. On the surface, nothing seems to change, but beneath, transformation is underway. The seed breaks open, builds roots, and prepares for the light, work that's invisible but essential. Your quiet seasons mirror this. You're not stagnant, but building the foundation for your next chapter. Trust the unseen process. Honor the darkness as the birthplace of new life. This is not emptiness, but sacred preparation. You're exactly where you need to be, becoming more than the world can see. Epictetus said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." Before building your life, design the person you want to become. This work happens in quiet moments, choosing patience, kindness, and discipline when no one is watching. Each small choice is a brick in the foundation of your character. The world sees the outcome, but not the years of silent effort. In this stillness, clarify your vision and let every action align with it. You are the architect of your soul, and this quiet time is your workshop. In a world that values constant action, we forget the power of restraint. Sometimes strength is found not in what you do, but in what you choose not to do. The pause between impulse and action is where wisdom lives. This quiet season teaches patience, discernment, and the confidence to let life unfold. Not every urge needs to be acted on. Not every opportunity is meant for you. Restraint isn't suppression. It's self-mastery and trust in perfect timing. In stillness, you discover the quiet confidence to move or to wait with purpose. This period of stillness, this season of waiting, is not an empty pause in your life story. It is a crucial and active phase of refinement. Think of it as a master archer pulling back the string of a bow. To an outside observer, it might look like a moment of tension and inactivity before the release. But for the archer, this is the most critical moment of preparation. It is in this deliberate, focused pause that the aim is perfected, the breath is controlled, and all energy is gathered and directed toward a single, clear target. The power of the arrow's flight is determined not by the speed of the release, but by the quality of the stillness that precedes it. This is what your quiet season is for. You are in the process of sharpening your soul's focus. The world constantly bombards you with distractions, with endless possibilities and conflicting demands for your attention. It pulls you in 1,000 different directions, leaving your energy scattered and your purpose diluted. This period of quiet is a divine opportunity to withdraw from that external noise and clarify what truly matters. It is a time to sift through your desires, your goals, and your commitments, and to let go of everything that is not in alignment with the person you are becoming. This is not a passive waiting game. It is an active process of purification and concentration, honing your focus onto what is essential. Use this time to refine your vision for your life. What impact do you want to have? What relationships do you want to nurture? What kind of energy do you want to bring into the world each day? Answering these questions requires deep, uninterrupted reflection, something that is nearly impossible to achieve when you are constantly in motion. This stillness is a gift, offering you the mental and emotional space to get crystal clear on your own why. When your focus is sharp and your intention is clear, your actions, when you do take them, will be infused with a power and precision that scattered energy can never achieve. You are not losing time, you are investing it in clarity. This unseen work of sharpening your focus is what will make all the difference in your next chapter. It is the silent training that prepares you for the moment of release. You are learning to distinguish the signal from the noise, to listen to the quiet whisper of your intuition over the loud shouting of your ego or the world's expectations. Every moment you spend in quiet contemplation, every time you choose to journal instead of scroll, every walk you take in nature to clear your head, it is all part of this sacred refinement. You are gathering your strength, clarifying your aim, and preparing to launch forward with purpose, power, and an unwavering focus that was forged in the heart of stillness. From a young age, many of us are taught a fundamental yet flawed lesson about how the world works. We are taught that we must force everything to happen. We learn that to achieve anything of value, we must push, strive, and struggle against the current. We are told to force success by outworking everyone around us, to force relationships to fit our expectations, and even to force our own healing on a timeline that society deems acceptable. This mindset of force becomes our default setting, a constant, low-level hum of anxiety that tells us we are not doing enough, that we must apply more pressure, more effort, more control, or else we will be left with nothing. But this entire philosophy of forcing is deeply rooted in fear. It springs from a belief in scarcity, the idea that there is not enough success, love, or time to go around. It is the voice of the ego, which believes that it alone must orchestrate every detail of our lives, or else everything will fall apart. When we operate from this place, our actions are not aligned with a sense of purpose, but are instead frantic reactions to the fear of being left behind. We grip tightly to outcomes, trying to bend reality to our will, and in doing so, we create immense resistance and inner turmoil. This constant struggle is exhausting, and it disconnects us from the natural, graceful flow of life. Real power, the kind that is sustainable and deeply fulfilling, is not rooted in force, it is rooted in alignment. This is the gentle yet unshakable strength that comes from knowing who you truly are and what matters most to you. It is the clarity of aligning your actions with your core values, not with your fears. When you are in alignment, you no longer need to push against the river, you learn to move with its current. You understand that your role is not to control the universe but to harmonize with it. This shift from forcing to flowing is one of the most profound transformations you can experience, moving you from a state of constant battle to one of graceful cooperation with life itself. Letting go of force does not mean becoming passive or giving up on your dreams. On the contrary, it means pursuing them from a place of trust instead of fear. It is about doing the work that is in front of you with dedication and presence, while surrendering the need to control the specific outcome or the timing of its arrival. It is a quiet confidence that when you align your energy with your deepest truth, the right opportunities and synchronicities will naturally find their way to you. It is a release of the heavy burden of control and an opening up to the magic of what can unfold when you simply allow rather than force. Nature offers us, honestly, some of the most beautiful and profound lessons in this art of letting go. Consider for a moment the journey of the bamboo plant, a perfect metaphor for the power of patient, unseen growth. When a bamboo seed is planted, it shows no external signs of progress for a very long time. For up to 5 years, the ground above remains completely still. To an impatient observer, it would seem that nothing is happening at all. It would be easy to assume the seed has failed, to give up, and to try planting something else that offers more immediate results. This long period of apparent dormancy would test the faith of even the most dedicated gardener. But beneath the surface, a miracle of preparation is taking place. The bamboo is not idle. It is diligently at work, engaged in a process that is invisible but absolutely essential. During those first few years, it is not growing up, but out. It is creating a vast and intricate network of roots, a complex underground foundation that spreads deep and wide throughout the soil. This root system is the source of its future strength, the anchor that will allow it to withstand the storms and winds to come. The bamboo instinctively knows that it cannot rise tall until it is firmly grounded. It pours all of its energy into this hidden foundational work, trusting in a process that requires immense patience. Then, when the foundation is finally complete, the transformation is breathtakingly rapid. After years of no visible growth, the bamboo shoot breaks through the surface of the earth, and in a period of just 5 to 6 weeks it can soar to heights of over 80 feet. This explosive growth seems miraculous, an overnight success to anyone who did not witness the years of silent preparation that made it possible. The bamboo's incredible ascent is not a result of sudden force, but the magnificent culmination of years of quiet, unseen and patient labor. It is a testament to the wisdom of building strength in the darkness before reaching for the light. You too may be in your bamboo phase right now. It may feel as though you have been working and waiting for years with little to show for it on the surface, but do not mistake this stillness for stagnation. You are growing roots. With every lesson you learn, every challenge you overcome, and every moment you choose patience over panic, you are building your own unseen foundation. You are cultivating the inner strength, resilience, and wisdom that will be required to support the incredible growth that is coming your way. Trust this process. Honor this time of quiet foundational work. Your season to rise is being prepared in the silence. The time you spend in this quiet, seemingly inactive phase is not a detour from your path, it is the path itself. This season of stillness is not the end of your story, it is a vital and sacred period of preparation. Think of an athlete in the off-season. They are not competing in the spotlight and there are no crowds cheering their name. But this period is where the championships are truly won. It is a time for healing injuries, for conditioning the body, for studying strategy, and for strengthening the mind. The work is quiet, often grueling, and done far away from the public eye. But this dedicated preparation is what makes victory possible when the season begins again. This is what your soul is doing right now. It is in its off-season, a sacred time of inner conditioning. You are healing the parts of you that have been bruised by past experiences. You are strengthening your emotional resilience, learning how to sit with discomfort without being consumed by it. You are clarifying your purpose, studying your own patterns, and getting honest about what needs to change. This is not glamorous work. There are no medals for it. But it is the most important work you will ever do. It is the deep internal preparation that equips you to handle not only the challenges ahead, but also the successes that are on their way to you. Every moment of this preparation is valuable. Every book you read that expands your mind, every quiet walk you take to clear your head, every difficult conversation you have that leads to greater understanding, and every time you choose to rest instead of pushing through exhaustion, it is all contributing to the person you are becoming. You are gathering your resources, not just externally but internally. You are building a reservoir of peace, clarity, and strength that you can draw upon when life becomes demanding again. This is an active, intentional process of equipping yourself for the next chapter of your journey. So, reframe this period in your mind. You are not being held back, you are being prepared. Life is not punishing you, it is training you. This is your time to sharpen your tools, to refine your character, and to build an unshakable inner foundation. Embrace this preparation with gratitude, knowing that it is a gift. It is the space you need to become the person who is truly ready for the blessings you are asking for. This is not the end. This is not even the beginning of the end. This is the powerful, quiet, and absolutely essential work of preparation. Your time is coming. Peace is not a destination you arrive at once all of your problems have been solved. It is not a prize you are awarded for creating a life of perfect, unblemished circumstances. We often postpone our peace, placing it on the other side of a future achievement, a better job, a healed relationship, a healthier body. We tell ourselves, I will be peaceful when, and in doing so, we turn peace into a perpetually receding horizon, always just out of reach. This constant chase for an ideal future state is, honestly, a recipe for perpetual dissatisfaction, as it rests on the fragile assumption that we can one day control every variable of our existence. But true, unshakable peace does not come from controlling the world outside of you. It comes from learning to inhabit the world within you. It comes from presence. The simple, yet profoundly difficult act of fully arriving in the moment you are actually living. This moment, right here, is not a dress rehearsal. It is not a stepping stone to a more important future moment. This moment is your life. The great Stoic philosopher Seneca observed this human tendency with piercing clarity, writing, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. We waste it by living in the regrets of the past or the anxieties of the future, allowing the only time we ever truly have, the present, to slip through our fingers unnoticed." The antidote to this waste is to return, again and again, to the anchor of the now. This return is a gentle and continuous practice. It is the simple, conscious decision to bring your awareness back from its travels through time. Come back to your breath, feeling the cool air enter your nostrils and the warmth as it leaves. Notice the rise and fall of your own chest, a steady, quiet rhythm that has been with you since the moment of your birth. Come back to your body, feeling the ground beneath your feet, the weight of your hands in your lap, the subtle sensations on your skin. This is not about emptying your mind, but about anchoring it in the physical reality of the present, giving it a safe harbor from the turbulent seas of thought. This practice of returning to the now is the foundation of peace. It is the recognition that while you cannot control the storm, you can always find your anchor. The past is a memory, the future is an imagination, but the present moment is real. It is your only point of power, your only true home. By choosing to inhabit it fully, you reclaim the vast territories of your life that you have been abandoning. Peace is not something you find out there. It is something you cultivate in here. By gently and repeatedly choosing to be present for the life that is unfolding right now, in this very moment. Once you begin to practice returning to the present, you can start to ask a new set of questions. Not what is wrong or what needs to be fixed, but gentler, more expansive inquiries. What can you notice right now that you were overlooking just a moment ago? Perhaps it is the intricate pattern of veins on a leaf, the way the late afternoon light paints a golden stripe across your floor, or the comforting warmth of the mug in your hands. Our minds are conditioned to scan for threats and problems, an ancient survival mechanism that now often works overtime, causing us to miss the subtle, ever-present beauty that surrounds us. Presence is the key that unlocks this hidden gallery of ordinary wonders. What is beautiful right now? Allow your senses to answer this question. Look around your immediate environment not with a critical eye, but with the fresh curiosity of a child. Listen not for the jarring noises, but for the subtle soundscape, the distant hum of life, the chirping of a bird outside your window, the gentle whir of your own breathing. What textures can you feel? What scents can you detect? Engaging your senses is a powerful and immediate way to pull your awareness out of the abstract world of thought and ground it firmly in the tangible reality of the present. In this space, you will find that beauty is not a rare commodity reserved for grand vistas or special occasions. It is woven into the very fabric of every moment. What is true right now? Not the stories your mind is telling you about your failures or your fears, but the simple, undeniable truths of your existence in this instant. The truth is, you are breathing. The truth is, your heart is beating. The truth is, you are here, alive on this planet, a part of this vast and mysterious unfolding of the universe. Anchoring yourself in these simple, profound truths can provide an immense sense of stability and perspective. It reminds you that beneath the chaotic surface of your thoughts and emotions, there is a foundation of being that is steady, constant, and true. This is the bedrock of your presence, the unshakable ground upon which you can stand. Finding beauty and truth in the now is not an act of denial or toxic positivity. It is not about ignoring the challenges or difficulties in your life. Instead, it is a radical act of balance. It is a conscious choice to acknowledge that even amidst hardship, there is still beauty to be found, there is still truth to hold on to, and there is still life to be lived. This practice cultivates a deep sense of gratitude not for what you hope to have one day, but for the simple, profound gift of what you have right now, this breath, this body, this moment. This is where peace begins to bloom in the fertile soil of present moment awareness. When you are lost in the fog of worry about the future or the heavy mist of regret about the past, your vision becomes clouded. It is impossible to see the path ahead clearly when your focus is scattered across time. Decisions become overwhelming, problems seem insurmountable, and your own inner wisdom feels distant and inaccessible. You're trying to navigate your life from a place of distraction and fragmentation, which only creates more confusion and anxiety. This mental fog is not a permanent condition. It is a direct result of being unmoored from the present moment, drifting in the turbulent waters of thought without an anchor. But in presence, there is clarity. When you consciously pull your awareness back into the here and now, the fog begins to lift. The simple act of focusing on your breath or the sensations in your body acts like a clarifying agent for the mind. It quiets the noise, settles the chaos, and allows you to see your situation with a fresh, unobstructed perspective. From this centered place, you are no longer reacting to the amplified fears of your imagination. Instead, you are responding to the actual, tangible reality of the situation as it exists right now. This is where wise and effective action is born. In this clarity, there is immense power. It is the power of discernment, the ability to distinguish between what you can control and what you cannot. When you are present, you stop wasting precious energy trying to change the unchangeable past or predict the unpredictable future. Your energy becomes focused and concentrated on the only area where you have true influence, the present moment. You can clearly see the next right step, even if you cannot see the entire staircase. This clarity transforms overwhelming mountains of problems into small, manageable stones that you can address one by one with calm and focused intention. This is the peace of presence. It is not an escape from reality, but a deeper engagement with it. It is the understanding that all the answers you seek, all the strength you need, and all the peace you desire are available to you in this moment, if you are willing to be still enough to receive them. The practice is simple. Return to the now. Find the beauty. Acknowledge the truth. From this place of grounded clarity, you can navigate the complexities of life, not with frantic force, but with a quiet, centered, and unshakable power. You become the calm center of your own world, capable of meeting whatever comes your way with grace. Take a moment to look back, not with judgment or longing, but with gentle curiosity. Consider the person you were just 1 year ago. Think about their hopes, their fears, their understanding of the world, and the challenges they were facing. Now, consider the person you were a month ago, or even just yesterday. You will find that you are not the same. You are not a fixed, static entity, a finished statue carved from stone. You are a living, breathing, evolving process. You are a river, constantly flowing with the waters of your being never the same from one moment to the next. This continuous state of change is the fundamental truth of your existence. We often cling to a rigid idea of who we are, creating an identity based on past accomplishments, past mistakes, or past versions of ourselves. We carry these old labels around like heavy baggage, believing they define us in the present, but this is an illusion. Every sunrise brings a new version of you into the world. Every experience, no matter how small, leaves its mark and subtly alters the person you are. The conversation you had this morning, the passage you read in a book, the quiet moment of reflection you stole for yourself, all of these are threads being woven into the ever-changing tapestry of your identity. You are in a constant state of becoming. This truth can be unsettling if you are looking for solid, unchanging ground to stand on, but it can also be incredibly liberating. If you are not the same person you were yesterday, it means you are not permanently bound by yesterday's limitations or errors. You have the capacity for renewal in every single moment. The person who felt lost and confused yesterday does not have to be the person who faces today. You are not a prisoner of your past self. You are the creator of your present and future self. Embracing this fluidity allows you to release the pressure of having to be perfect or consistent with an old version of who you were. So let go of the need to define yourself so rigidly. Allow yourself the grace to evolve, to change your mind, to outgrow old beliefs, and to step into new ways of being. You are not who you were. You are not even fully who you are going to be. You exist in the beautiful, dynamic, and sacred space of the in-between. You are a work in progress, a masterpiece that is constantly being refined and reshaped by life itself. Acknowledge the person you were with gratitude for the lessons they learned, and then turn to face the present moment with openness, ready to meet the person you are becoming right now. Look at the path you have walked to arrive at this very moment. It has not been a straight line. It has been a winding road filled with unexpected turns, steep hills, and shadowed valleys. Every choice you have made, from the monumental to the mundane, has played a role in shaping the person you are today. Every hardship you have endured, every tear you have shed, and every moment your heart has broken open, has carved new depths of resilience and compassion into your soul. Every pause you were forced to take, every mistake you made that taught you a difficult lesson, none of it was wasted. It has all been part of your unique and sacred shaping. We have a tendency to judge our past, to isolate the moments of pain or failure, and see them as ugly scars on our story. We wish we could go back and erase them, choosing a different path that might have been smoother or less painful. We see these parts of our journey as evidence that we are somehow broken, that we have taken a wrong turn and strayed from the ideal life we were meant to live. We believe that a perfect life would be one without struggle, a pristine canvas untouched by the messiness of human experience. But this is a profound misunderstanding of how strength and beauty are forged. A mosaic is not beautiful despite its broken pieces. It is beautiful because of them. It is the artist's skillful arrangement of shattered, disparate elements that creates the breathtaking whole. Each fragment with its unique shape, color, and texture is essential to the final design. Your life is such a mosaic. Your triumphs are the bright, shining tiles, but your struggles are the deep, rich colors that provide contrast and depth. Your moments of joy are the flashes of gold, but your moments of sorrow are the grounding earth tones that hold the entire piece together. Every single piece belongs. Every fragment has a purpose in the greater picture of your becoming. So stop seeing yourself as broken. You are not a shattered vessel that needs to be fixed. You are a magnificent mosaic, still in the process of being created. Every experience, especially the ones that felt like they were breaking you, has been a necessary part of your design. They have given you a depth, a wisdom, and a capacity for empathy that you would not have otherwise. Honor all the pieces of your past. They are not signs of your imperfection. They are the sacred, essential elements that are making you whole. You are not broken. You are becoming. In a world that worships speed and celebrates early achievement, it is easy to feel like you are falling behind. You look at the lives of others, or at the timeline you once created for yourself, and you are filled with a sense of anxiety that you are not where you are supposed to be. This feeling of being behind is a heavy burden to carry. It taints the present moment with a sense of failure, and fills the future with a frantic pressure to catch up. It whispers that you have missed your chance, that the opportunities have passed you by, and that you are somehow failing at the game of life. This is one of the most painful illusions we can live under. The truth is, you are not behind. You are simply on your own unique timeline, one that cannot be compared to anyone else's. A flower does not bloom on a schedule dictated by the other flowers in the garden. It blooms when it is ready. A star does not rush to shine. It ignites in its own cosmic timing. Your life is not a race against others, it is a personal journey of unfolding. To believe you are behind is to dishonor the unique and sacred pace of your own soul's journey. It is to impose an artificial external metric onto a process that is organic, mysterious, and deeply personal. You are not late, you are not early. You are precisely on time for the life that is meant for you. Every delay you have experienced, every detour that has frustrated you, has been a necessary part of your path. Perhaps the delay was protecting you from something you were not ready for. Perhaps the detour was teaching you a lesson you needed to learn before you could move forward. Trust that there is a higher wisdom at play in the unfolding of your story. The universe does not operate on our impatient schedules. It operates in its own perfect timing, arranging circumstances and preparing you in ways you cannot always see. Let go of the need to measure your progress against anyone else's. Release the timeline. Your only task is to be present with the part of the path you are on right now. This is where your life is happening. This is where your lessons are. This is where your growth is. You are not behind on your journey. You are in the exact chapter you're meant to be in. Trust the unfolding. The story of your life is being written line by line, moment by moment, and it is a masterpiece in the making. You are not too late. You are right on time. The final key to embracing this journey of becoming is to cultivate a spirit of profound trust. It is the trust that the process of your life is fundamentally good, even when it is difficult. It is the trust that the stillness has a purpose, even when it feels empty. It is the trust that you are being guided, even when you feel lost. This is not a blind faith, but a deep, intuitive knowing that arises from a place of inner peace and presence. It is the quiet confidence that even if you cannot see the whole picture, the artist of the universe knows exactly what they are doing with the mosaic of your life. This trust is beautifully captured in the timeless wisdom of the poet Rumi, who wrote, "Try not to resist the changes that come your way. Instead, let life live through you. And do not worry that your life is turning upside down. How do you know that the side you are used to is better than the one to come?" This is a radical invitation to surrender. It asks us to let go of our fierce resistance to change, our desperate need to keep things comfortable and predictable. It suggests that what we perceive as chaos might actually be a sacred reordering, a necessary dismantling of our old world to make space for a new, more expansive one. Letting life live through you means you stop fighting against the current. You stop trying to force the river to flow in the direction you think it should go. Instead, you learn to become the river. You allow yourself to be moved, to be shaped, to be carried by the flow of life itself. This does not mean you become a passive victim of circumstance. It means you become an active, willing participant in your own evolution. You show up with presence, you make conscious choices, and you do the work that is in front of you, but you release the attachment to controlling the final outcome. You trust that the flow is taking you exactly where you need to go. So, trust the process. Trust the stillness that is preparing you. Trust the changes that are reshaping you. Most importantly, trust yourself. Trust that you have the resilience, the wisdom, and the strength to navigate whatever comes your way. You have survived everything you have faced up to this point, and you will survive what is to come. Let go of the need to understand it all. Simply open your heart and allow life in all its mystery and beauty to live through you. You are not broken, you are not behind, you are becoming, and the journey itself is the destination. The most powerful, authentic, and alive version of you does not exist in some distant, idealized future. We are so often taught to place our power in a time that has not yet arrived. We imagine a future self who is wiser, stronger, more confident, and more at peace, and we live our lives in constant pursuit of becoming that person. We believe that our real life will begin once we reach that future state, once we have achieved the perfect career, the perfect relationship, or the perfect sense of inner calm. This way of thinking turns the present moment into nothing more than a waiting room, a place we must endure on our way to somewhere better, robbing today of its inherent value and vitality. But this future self you are chasing is just an echo, a projection of a potential that is born and nurtured right here, in the soil of the now. The power to become that person is not waiting for you in the future, it is available to you in this very breath. Your strength is not forged in the victories to come, but in the choice you make in this moment to rise after a fall. Your peace is not found in a future circumstance of perfect calm, but in the choice you make right now to breathe deeply amidst the chaos. Your confidence is not granted upon reaching a certain milestone, but is built in the small, courageous act of trusting yourself today, even when you feel uncertain. The future is not a destination you arrive at, it is a consequence of the present you inhabit. Every choice, every thought, every intention you plant in the garden of this moment becomes a seed for the reality you will experience tomorrow. Therefore, to give all your energy and attention to a future that does not yet exist is to leave the fertile ground of the present unattended and barren. The most profound shift you can make is to bring your focus back from that distant horizon and anchor it firmly in the here and now. Your power is not out there in the future, it is in here, in the quality of presence you bring to this moment. Stop waiting for a future moment to grant you permission to be the person you want to be. Grant that permission to yourself right now. Choose to embody the qualities you admire in that future self today, in whatever small way you can. If you want to be more peaceful, find a moment of peace right now. If you want to be more courageous, make one small, brave choice today. The future is simply an echo of the present you choose to create. Your true power does not lie in what you will become, but in the profound and beautiful realization that you are already becoming with every single breath you take. The journey of becoming requires a great and sacred act of surrender. This is not a surrender of defeat or resignation, but a surrender of the ego's desperate need to control every aspect of your life. We live with the illusion that if we just think hard enough, plan meticulously enough, and work tirelessly enough, we can orchestrate the perfect outcome. We create rigid timetables for our growth, our healing, and our success, and then we exhaust ourselves trying to force life to comply with our agenda. This constant battle against the natural flow of existence is the source of so much of our anxiety, frustration, and suffering. It is like trying to command the tides of the ocean. To surrender is to gracefully let go of your tight grip on the outcome. It is to release the heavy burden of needing to know how and when everything will unfold. It is a profound act of trust. You do the work that is in front of you with all your heart and with full presence. You show up, you plant the seeds, you tend to the garden of your inner world. But then, you must surrender the harvest. You must trust that the universe in its infinite wisdom will bring forth the fruits of your labor in its own perfect timing and in its own perfect way. This is the delicate and powerful dance between effort and allowing, between doing and being. This surrender is a release of resistance. When you stop forcing, you stop creating friction against the current of your own life. It is in this state of non-resistance that you finally begin to receive. The opportunities you were striving for so desperately can now find you. The clarity you were chasing can now dawn upon you. The peace you were seeking can now settle within you. Life is no longer a battle to be won, but a mystery to be lived. You move from a place of scarcity, where you must wrestle for every blessing, to a place of abundance where you open yourself to the grace that is always available. This is the final step in embracing your becoming. You have learned to be still. You have done the unseen work. You have honored the preparation. Now you must let it all go. Surrender the need for answers. Surrender the attachment to a specific result. Surrender your timeline. Do your part with love and dedication, and then trust the process completely. Let life live through you. Be still and know. Have faith not that you will get what you want, but that you will receive what you need. Know that it is all on its way to you, unfolding with a beauty and precision that your forcing mind could never have conceived. So, we arrive back where we began, in the sacred space of stillness. But now, this quiet is not a place of anxious waiting, but a sanctuary of profound power. You now understand that the silence is not empty, it is full of potential. The stillness is not a sign that you are stuck, it is the very source of your strength and clarity. It is the deep, restorative pause where you gather your energy, align with your truth, and connect with the wisdom that resides beneath the noisy surface of your daily life. The world will continue to tell you to run faster, but you have learned the secret that the answer is not in more motion, but in more stillness. This is your practice, your homecoming, your eternal anchor. When the winds of change blow fiercely, return to the stillness. When the voices of doubt and fear grow loud, return to the stillness. When you feel lost, overwhelmed, or disconnected from your purpose, the path back is always through stillness. It is here that you remember who you are beyond your roles, your accomplishments, and your struggles. It is here that you hear the gentle, unwavering voice of your own soul, reminding you that you are whole, you are worthy, and you are exactly where you need to be on this magnificent journey. The work of becoming is not a project with a deadline. It is the continuous moment-by-moment practice of returning to yourself. It is the courage to embrace the quiet seasons, to trust the unseen work, and to let go of the need to force life's unfolding. It is the wisdom to find peace in presence, and to see every experience, both light and shadow, as an essential piece of your beautiful, evolving mosaic. It is the grace to surrender the outcome and trust that you are being guided every step of the way, held in a process far greater than your own understanding. So be still. Breathe. Know that everything you are seeking is already within you, waiting to be uncovered in the quiet of the present moment. Your power is not in the future. It is not in the past. Your power is here. Your power is now. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are becoming. And in the heart of this sacred silent now, you can feel the gentle, unmistakable truth. It is all on its way. It is already here. Finally, if you love my content, don't forget to subscribe to my channel.